Okay, this is the assembly video for the Shanty. This is the Shanty cut files. It comes in two pieces, Shanty 1 of 2, Shanty 2 of 2. The first piece has the side structures on it. It has these wooden planks that also come in the Shanty kit for my Kickstarter. It has the blacksmith anvil, which also comes in the Shanty kit. It has two side walls on this piece and a single side wall here, which make up all three side walls. But you'll notice that it actually has 5 sides, which is a 4-sided building. The 5th side is to give you an option to have a large opening. So this piece here is a large opening. This piece here is divided into 2. This piece is divided into 2. So these are the long sides. This is an optional long side to give you a longer opening. And then these are the short sides. So let's get started. We're only going to use 4 of the 5 sides to assemble the building because it's a 4-sided building. So to get these off of the sprue, use your hobby knife and cut the sprue connectors on it, like so. And then they'll just fall right out. So there are the top lips of the sidewalls. You can also press with your thumb or your finger or whatever if you want to just press things out. Smaller, more intricate things like this blacksmith anvil, sometimes you got to use the hobby knife to get it out. The wooden planks don't require assembly. These wooden planks, some people have asked me what are they actually for. These are just add flair to things. It's just if you want a building to look more run down, you would board up the windows with wooden planks. So these are just extra fun pieces to add to things to give it a little bit more of a rundown look or a flair. So there we go. Pop those out. So there are our wooden planks. These don't require assembly, like I said. These are just extra fun pieces that I thought would be kind of interesting to have. Real quick, the blacksmith anvil, what we can do is we can clean up the sprue marker here on the blacksmith anvil. And then the assembly for the blacksmith anvil is pretty simple. You simply put glue on the feet, like so. And then it just slides right in. You'll notice I offset the holes in the base so that you can make it to where the front of the anvil doesn't stick out too far, like that. So that's kind of how I did that. That beep was my laser cutter finishing. I am currently cutting more of these Shanty kits. So yeah, I need to go switch out my materials here in a minute. I will do that after I'm done with this assembly video. So I cut the connectors on these 2 long pieces, so those popped out nicely. Most of my pieces only have 1 connector piece, so on these it's in the top center. So the connector for the sprue is in the top center here and here, and you cut those and you just pop them out with your hobby knife. And then the Shanty walls, the half walls, the connectors are on the top middle, the top being the side with the prongs. So that's how that works. You could also, just like with that one, I just use my thumb to push it out. So that's all the pieces off of this Shanty number 1. So real quick, before we get to Shanty number 2, which is this piece, what we're going to do is we're going to put the sides together. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use the optional side with the extra long opening. This is the normal side. The normal side has 2 pieces. The Shanty walls themselves fit between those 2 pieces. So if you use the larger opening, you can't really put the Shanty walls there because it has nothing else to hold on to on this side. So, but there are only 3 Shanty walls. So if you have this on one side, you can put one of the walls there. And then these are the 2 short sides, and each of the walls will fit on the short sides as well. So that would be your 3 walls, which would leave you room to use the large opening on the other side. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. It just gives you options, multiple ways to set it up and build it. So the way to glue these together is to put glue on the tab parts on either end. And then the side piece here, we'll put glue on those tabs on the ends. And then I set them up and glue them together like so. and then I will grab this long piece with the opening, and I will put glue on the tab ends of this, and then I just slide that into this piece here, like so, and then put glue on the tab pieces here, and this will slide onto here, like so. That's your frame for the shanty. So now we have framed up the shanty, like so. Now we're going to get the actual shanty together, the ceiling. Before we do that though, I really want to put these side walls together, just to sort of show you. There are holes cut out of the top here, and the tabs on the shanty fit into those holes. So one of the best ways to do this is the shanty wall will run between the two holes. So if you just put a bead of glue right down that center between the two holes, then you can put the shanty wall on. Now the notch, the back notch, that's where it ties into the actual shanty. So that means that this is the front, this is the back, this is the front. The wall, the back. That's the front of the wall, that's the back of the wall. So the front of the wall needs to face the front. So that's how that goes. Pretty simple. So the notched pieces, these notched pieces are the back. The front has no notched piece. So that's how the wall goes together, and then the wall will simply sit up against the frame like so. So that's how it'll look from the front. Once you have it together, the notched piece here sets onto the frame. Same on this side. That notched piece here sits onto that frame. So that's how that works, and we can actually go ahead and I'll show you how to glue those on. You just put glue down the sides right here, and then just set it into that frame. Like so. So let's go ahead and take the top of the shanty out. This is held on by two notches, so if you just wiggle it back and forth a little bit and then just give it a gentle nudge, it'll come right out. The best way to paint these things, as I've said in other videos, is to use a wood stain. It'll diminish the burn marks. What I do on this particular piece is I actually use masking tape and I mask off these pieces of wood, and then I paint these panels here metallic colors, and then I unmask these and I give it a once over with the wood stain, and it comes out pretty nice. So this, I don't actually glue this on. I leave this unglued. And the reason for that is if you have people inside the shanty, you just simply take this off, reach in there, grab something, put this back on. So generally, I don't glue the top down. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So let's go ahead and finish putting these walls together and gluing them onto the shanty. You don't have to use all the walls if you don't want to. Oh, that's another thing. These walls, if you don't use them all, this is the top of the wall when it attaches to the shanty. But if you want, it could be a base to make the wall set up straight while you're playing a game. So it can actually act as a half wall for a game like War Machine, right? So this will actually stand up by itself like that, with the top being the base. So it kind of has multiple uses. So let's go ahead and put beads of glue down the sides. We're going to go ahead and glue this onto this side, kind of closing this side of the shanty off a little bit, as if to say, you know, this is like a merchant side or something. Then we will go ahead and put this on the other end piece to close that side off a little bit. The point of the shanty is sort of be an open area place. It works great whenever you need a sort of like goblin encampment or something. Seems to work pretty nicely. There you go. There is your shanty, and that's the installation or the assembly instructions for the shanty. Done.